literally over 100 use cases. We've been very specific about one.
Right.
Payments, particularly cross-border payments. And let's go deep in really understanding that product set, that need, that customer, how you sell into that customer. And so I think, as I look at where we are today relative to a year ago, I think that focus and really understanding that segment and that customer and being able to go deep and really solving that problem has served us incredibly well. And it will remain focused on payments. It's obviously a massive industry. The problems we're solving can be measured in the trillions of dollars. That isn't to say that I don't think there's other great blockchain use cases, and eventually maybe Ripple will address some others. But today, I kind of view it as the earliest days of Amazon, where Amazon said, hey, we're a bookseller. I mean, the first name of Amazon was not Amazon, it was Amazon Books. And they built a platform to serve a need to sell books, and then they did another vertical and another vertical and another vertical, and then obviously productized the platform. I think the best way to build platform technologies isn't by trying to be that horizontal, because by the time you build the platform, the needs have changed and evolved. If you build it really successfully for one vertical, in this case a really big one, you can put yourself in a really good position to build it up for others as well.
So I wanted to be a psychiatrist when I was young, so I always look for key comments that was made. So you said something that was interesting, if you look back over the past year. So you've been CEO since January.
Yep.
You've been with Ripple, though, since 2015, right? You're president and COO. So personally, I think when you look at a company, you look to the CEO, and they really help establish the culture and focus of what they're doing. So if you look back over the past year, from January to now, and we're surrounded at a very cool conference, how would you kind of summarize your stamp on the company and your tenure as CEO?
Well, so you're right. I've been in the company 2.5 years, and Chris and I Chris Larson, the founder and previous CEO,
and a great guy.
We really great guy.
Love Chris.
We've had a great partnership, and we're very complementary in many ways. And so, he remains very involved in the company as chairman, and I talk to him almost every day. So I don't. It's not a demarcation point that I look at and say, hey, January 1, when I officially took over as CEO, that there's some left turn or right turn.
You didn't change the logo. You didn't, yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, but I think for me, it's been the mark over maybe 2.5 years of really driving that focus and really understanding that customer. And you have been around Ripple for a long time, and there are other use cases that Ripple had toyed with in the early days, and some other what I'll call in retrospect experiments. I think really over the last 2.5 years, we've gotten increasingly focused and gone deep around this segment. And again, I think that's served us really well. The only thing that's I think materially changed during the course of 2017 is, I do agree with you that personalities of the leadership impact the culture of an organization. I like to be aggressive, and I think even what you're seeing here with Swell is, look, I think Ripple's an incredibly good place, and we've been incredibly fortunate. Part of that's skill, part of that's luck, but it is to press our advantage. And I think we want to continue to be aggressive in the ecosystem, continue to invest in the ecosystem. I think we have some things we're teed up for Q4 that I'm really excited about to continue to invest in the overall ecosystem. And when I say that, by the way, I'm not even just talking about the XRP ecosystem. I will also be a little long-winded here just to say I think all boats will rise in the blockchain world. Like I'm long Bitcoin. I want the whole ecosystem to do well, and I think that will serve Ripple well. When I see things in the ecosystem that I think are bad for the ecosystem, I think that's bad for Ripple, and so yeah, I'm going to speak out against that. ICOs, I think, are one of those examples.
I can check that one off the list. We were going to come to that. So as an outside observer, somebody watching this, for the listeners, I'll give you a great example. Sibos is going on, so the incredibly established banking conference. I've spoken there a bunch of times. Ripple has a massive booth and presence at Sibos, hence the incredibly wonderful outfit that you're dressed in. So again, very well established, a lot of suits. It's Sibos, it is what it is. We noticed when we walked outside all the Ripple cars lined up, which made me smile and went, oh, okay, that's a stamp of, hey, we're here, right? I like that, by the way. I like seeing that, But again, you are part of that conference too. You have a stamp there and have been.
And look, I mean very genuinely, we have tried very hard to be complementary with Sibos. And even when Ben Bernanke, we did our keynote here with Ben Bernanke, we intentionally scheduled that around the keynotes at Sibos, because ultimately, look, we want our customer, which are the banks, if they want to attend, we don't want to put them in a position where they have to choose. There's a lot of great stuff going on here in Toronto. I've been over to Sibos a bunch. We've been on the floor of Sibos for 3 or 4 years, and we're there this year, and we will continue to be. But we also, again, as I said, a lot of our customers said they wanted to hear more from us. The programming we're doing here is a little bit different, and it is a little bit more of the fusion between finance and technology. And I think that has served us well. We've had a lot of interest in participating and being here.
What I like about Swell, the conference that you're having, we're not paid to do this, by the way, guys. So this is just me being complimentary. So I look into the camera. It's very narrowly focused, and you had talked about that, right? From Ripple overall, it's continually narrowing the focus, if you will, of what we're going to do and what we're going to be good at. And what I like about this conference, it's the same thing, right? And I like the intimacy of these type of conferences, the on-conference approach, right? Sibos is literally thousands upon thousands of participants. Money 2020, which next week, the same thing, right? You go to a Salesforce, you have to rent damn cruise ships and put people on them. It's just ridiculous.